Welcome once again, everyone, to the channel. This is Go Mode Podcast. This is Cinaeth doing the intro for our runners today. We have Krelbel and Professor Renderer. Joining us in the comm booth is Orange and Lance. How are you two doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. It's good to be here. Looking forward to a good race.
It's a pleasure to be here, and yeah, this is a matchup I've been looking forward to.
All right, so as always, everyone, we are going to be switching over to the races here in just a moment. I'm going to let Orange and Lance take it away and do some of their usual fun stuff. Have fun, guys and gals.
Thank you. So, what's the, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
What's the current standings between these two?
Both of these runners are both 1-0 in the Swiss rounds. Krelbel has defeated Walter 4 in the previous round, and Professor Renderer has defeated Nobly in the last round. They're both fighting to go 2-0 in this round of the Swiss rounds.
All right, so nobody's in danger of DQ here, right?
Of course not.
Yeah. Good.
Krelbel being mentored by one of our best glitchers, Espeon, whereas Professor Renderer is going with Cheamo this week. Cheamo. I'll say Cheamo.
And if anyone in chat would like to correct us on that, go right on ahead. Apologize. Yeah, I know Espeon is quite the encyclopedia of glitch knowledge. I play multis with him on the regular, as well as Krelbel. So there's always the he's the first person people think of when it's like, hey, I have this and I want to get to here, but I don't have this. What do I do? And he just rattles it right off 9 times out of 10.
He's someone you can absolutely trust when it comes to this.
And here we go.
And you're off.
Got another boots and swords start, so that keeps things moving right away. No scouring for anything right away, which is always a plus.
Both of them are going to go for the Late Hylia start into Saharsla. Nothing on Late Hylia though, so we won't see the funny auto walk thing.
We got a mountain climbing Moogle over here in Krelbel's side.
Krelbel is electing for Hobo start. It starts with the funny auto walk thing, but instead of auto walking to Lake Hylia, he is instead going to fake flipper off this cliff here and swim to the Hobo. And in Overworld Glitches, it is very difficult to route in Hobo, so doing this as your opener is never a bad play.
All we got is bombs everywhere. Bombs in the closet, bombs under the bridge. Seems like bad places to store bombs, but hey. A little bit of a misclick by Renderer there, but hey, just keep on rolling.
It happens.
Alright, we got Krelbel heading into the woods, and Renderer going for Bonk Rocks and presumably Lumberjack.
It seems both runners are going to be electing to do a Graveyard Ledge Rush.
Bombos lying around in the woods. That might be useful for Meyer later.
Something to note is that Krelbel did not do Bonk Rocks.
No.
But it kind of happens with boot starts. Sometimes you just forget that you can do bonk rocks right away.
Yeah, without boot start, it's got less value.
We had a map chat from krelbel, just a 5/6 crystal at Eastern Palace, but in Overworld Glitches, we really do not care about 5/6 crystals because we have an alternate way to get to Pyramid Fairy.
No, Ega lives today. Nothing good on the Lumberjack Ledge. Oh, here we go. Krelbel's doubling back for bonk rocks. So, our two runners right now have more or less all done the same stuff so far, just in different order, which, you know, each routing to their own.
And it appears both of them are going to go for new Death Mountain Ascent. It's just a simple spin speed clip and a few hops here and there, but krelbel has to go for the new DMA recovery and gets it.
Knowing your backups, always useful. So how new is this new Death Mountain Ascent?
The important thing is that we don't do Classic anymore because of it. Now, if you were to make a mistake like Renderer here, you can actually go into this cave here to fix your camera, and that makes it a little easier to do the recovery. Having a little trouble getting off of this ledge. When you clip in, you just want to go a few pixels up, and then you'll be able to jump down. krelbel, on the other hand, he manages to get the graveyard ledge clip first try. This is what we call a counterclockwise graveyard ledge rush. And because jumping off of Death Mountain messes with your camera, he now has Houlihan armed. So one of the main benefits of doing this opener is that it gets you some guaranteed bombs and some guaranteed rupees.
Both of which, of course, are mission critical for Kakariko checks.
You typically don't want to do Kakariko right away. We try to hold off until we get like either a fire source to kill land molas, a glove to not orphan checkerboard cave.
I see, because you can you can clip from like the race game area into the desert area.
And with Overworld Glitches and the ability to let us go basically wherever we want, we tend to route in Desert Palace as part of our Kakariko loop. Oh no, did Renderer manage to grab the old man?
Oh no, I don't know. I was watching krelbel.
But it looks like krelbel is going to go ahead and start with his Kakariko checks while Professor Renderer just doubles back to doing new DMA again. This time he does it perfectly. Not much really changes here in Kakariko. We just do even more checks because our loop is longer.
Yeah, it's just a load of consumables and cash in Lion's Hideout. Heart container from the old man. Looks like is he headed down to Graveyard Ledge now? Or no, that's something else.
Renderer has elected to do a Hera clip and dip Hera. With the big key in the base, with the big key in the basement, he'll be able to kill Moldorm if he really wants, but Fighter Sword Moldorm is kind of slow.
And got a Quake in the well. Well, he's headed up. Ooh, hammer in the chicken hut. That's a little spicy.
It's a nice weapon to have right now.
That would definitely be an asset for this go at Moldorm for Renderer.
By itself, all it does is put Super Bunny Cave into logic. And I want to go further with this and explain that here in Overworld Glitches, your Moon Pearl can be in Dark World. Super Bunny Cave, Ice Palace, even Turtle Rock.
And that's partially because Dungeon Bunny Revival is in logic here.
There are certain minor glitches that are added to Overworld Glitches logic. Dungeon Bunny Revival is one of them. The other is Mirror Super Bunny. You can fully be expected to take an intentional death in a Dark World dungeon just to get your Moon Pearl.
Well, so far Krelbel's also discovered a bow and desert, and Renderer comes up with their first crystal of the night.
We're going to get what we call a TR climb from Renderer, and this is going to give him access to East Death Mountain. All of East Death Mountain is Sphere 1 in Overworld Glitches, because we can basically go wherever we want on the Overworld. If there's something on the floating island, we can get that.
But how big would you say Sphere 1 is for Overworld Glitches? 100?
I can't give an exact number, but your Sphere 1 is huge. Like, the main things you can't really do are Checkerboard Cave, Dark World, Magic Bat, Mushroom, Fetch Quest, basically.
Right.
In addition to dipping Desert as part of our Kakariko loop, we use a spin speed clip here to check Cave 45.
Just hop right over all those ridges, it's fine.
Then we actually double back here and go to Adina. This one here is just a simple boot slip until the game throws you in transition. So the most noteworthy things we found in that Kakariko loop was a bow and a hammer. I'd imagine that krelbel is going to go to East Death Mountain, do those checks, and maybe do Super Bunny Cave. But more likely, he's going to take that hammer and go kill Moldorm.
Yeah, I agree. I think so as well. Especially since, well, he just pulled the big key out of there, so he knows that the basement is not required. So who needs fire? Not him.
We're not going to say no to a boomerang on low percent, though. Very useful stunning tool with quick swap. Sometimes it's better to stun than to kill.
That's true. Just get it out of your way. And we got a Dark World map check here. We got crystals on Pod, Thieves Town, Mire, and Swamp.
Looks like the pendants will be Skull Woods, Turtle Rock, and Ice.
So medallions will matter, this particular seed.
But I was not able to tell which one was the green. And although Swamp is a 5/6 crystal, we do not care about 5/6 crystals. We especially don't care because Dune Pyramid normally is dead. If we want it, we have to have Mirror. And if we have Mirror, then we're just going to Mirror right in.
I look forward to seeing that. That's a trick I haven't yet witnessed.
Over on Render's screen, you'll notice that the game is very confused about its graphics right now. He had just done a Death Mountain descent. The game does not like it when you get on and off of Death Mountain without taking a specific transition.
Oh, and I see he's also discovered the Master Sword along the way. Perhaps that was in Paradox.
Good chance there was. We're gonna get those same checks from krelbel in a few moments here.
Oh, certainly. We got a shirt on top of Dark Death Mountain.
It's a pretty free mail. You take it.
Definitely.
Electing not to do the spin speed clip as the little shortcut there.
All right, let's see what Paradox has for us.
Nothing so far, so all the goods must be up here. Like that moon pearl.
Ah, yes, Renderer must have had his moon pearl if he was doing what he was doing.
So that moon pearl is all we need for Dark World access, thanks to Death Mountain Descent.
Whoops.
He's gonna let to go the long way. I thought by exiting he was gonna go for a Witch DMD and then head to Eastern Palace with that bow. Render, on the other hand, elected to dip Skull Woods, treating it as Overworld as most people do.
Well, looks like we're going to see our Turtle Rock medallion, which is Ether. Turtle Rock is our green.
The good news about the Turtle Rock medallion is we do not care. We have other ways into Turtle Rock. The front half of Turtle Rock actually plays out like Entrance Shuffle, but the back is still relatively the same. So this clip you're seeing here is Hookshot Cave clip. By jumping off, by boots clipping off and then dashing onto that island, we can screen wrap and land on the floating island. And now we're in Hookshot Cave without a glove.
And also without a hookshot.
There's still a bonkable chest he can get. I'm not sure if krelbel can hover though. Even though it is Overworld Glitches, hovering is not in logic. But what he's going to do here is called Catfish Death Mountain Descent. He's just going to jump right off of Death Mountain and go directly to Catfish. Auto walk and everything. We're 21 minutes in and we still haven't seen South Shore. This isn't uncommon. We just tried to prioritize some of the more dense locations like Paradox Cave. And we don't really like doing this when we don't have Zora money because Zora's in logic from the get-go.
Let's see what we got Soggy today. Soggy, mossy, gross. Oh, just some bombs. Not worried about it. On our way.
Water bombs, to be specific. They were submerged in water, but they still work. The rest of South Shore is fairly routine.
Up until we get to some water walking and or fake flippering, unless we find flippers along the way.
I think we would just water walk anyway.
True, it is faster because you can boots.
And that is how the game expects us to get Waterfall Ferry and Zora Ledge. And Zora.
Oh, nothing of consequence on the South Shore. Looks like we got Renderer heading down into the mire area.
Heading down into the mire area is part of the Dark World loop. If you receive a heal from there, you'll be put back into the fake flipper state, but it's fine because if you have Moon Pearl, you'll just get water walked again. Game is weird.
The game is weird indeed. Zora delivers to us a one very tiny little piece of wood for all of those rupees.
Light World not looking like the answer for our next piece of progression.
No, it's not.
But we still have not done Uncle or Escape, but we try to put those off as long as possible because we like to route that in with a Pyramid Fairy check. So it's not uncommon to see Uncle take over an hour to check. Grebel's turn to do a Death Mountain Descent. Oh my goodness, Render actually going into Mire.
Oh. So that means
That is bold.
That means the entry medallion is Bombos, because that's the only one he's got.
It must be. I don't think Renderer has even touched Kakariko yet.
No, I don't think so either.
Krebel picking up red mail, which means they picked up blue mail somewhere. And if I, judging by Renderer's earlier actions, it had to have been in Hera.
Yeah. Agreed. Also, we have a correction in chat on the Waterfall Fairy. That's the animation from the fourth heart piece that does it, not necessarily the heal itself, because Sync Heart doesn't do it. So thank you, Malmo.
Thanks, Malmo. Always appreciate it.
Another walking encyclopedia of glitch knowledge, Malmo.
You're going down. You're going down hard.
Take the express elevator out of here.
So you may notice that there's not much glitching going on right now. It's because when you enter a dungeon, there's really nowhere to glitch or go. And that's where you need to rely on your no major glitches skills to see you through.
Yeah, your no glitches regular rando skills are just as important as your glitching skills in this category.
And Overworld Glitches has a habit of putting you into low percent scenarios more often with how early access you have to most dungeons, including Turtle Rock. GT especially.
Yeah, it's pretty fortunate these guys have gotten at all the mail upgrades they have, because the hearts seem a little stingy at the moment.
Eight Hearts, Red Mail, they're going to be fine.
That's what, 2 hugs from Ganon?
They'll get plenty more.
True.
We gotta find all the items anyway. We're still a long ways from go mode. So even though this is glitch logic, this Thieves Town is going to play out exactly the same as a no glitches seed.
And so we got a back heavy Thieves Town, because we've already seen the map and the compass.
All 4 items are in the back.
That's kind of a rip. Which makes it good that he's got the hammer already.
Can you imagine having to leave the big chest behind? It happens all the time, but in this scenario, it feels even worse.
Yeah. The last round race that I was comms for, that was actually a call the runners had to make because they didn't have the hammer yet when they got into Thieves Town. Fortunately, it didn't come back to burn them. There was nothing important in there. There was the little bit of a hunt for the Meyer entry medallion that fortunately did not end up being in that big chest.
Overworld Glitches really makes you hate Ice Rod hunts and Medallion hunts. We're not yet either today, though.
Yeah, the likelihood there's going to be anything important on Trinex is pretty low.
Renner is finally going to begin his Kakariko tour. He might not be too happy to see that there's a hammer here, and he might not feel too good about seeing a bow in desert. Could send him to the Palace of Darkness.
You feel like in your experience that he might have waited too long?
No, we tried to put off CAC for a while because we really want to get a fire source to kill land molas, or I'd love to do checkerboard, but I think the fact that Ice Palace is a pendant kind of encouraged him to go ahead and do CAC anyway, because we may not need the gloves to finish this seed. We only really need gloves for two things, and that's killing Cold Stare and doing Spike Cave.
Nothing of consequence in the big chest. I think that was 10 arrows. Some arrows of some quantity.
It was definitely arrows.
Retrievers love fetch quests.
Blind is not wrong.
Would a retriever not need the shovel to dig in the grove? Seems OP to me.
They have front paws. It does the digging for them.
Exactly. It's an unfair advantage.
So as far as I could tell, there was absolutely nothing in Thieves Town.
Correct. Just the crystal.
So I noticed that krelbel bought a red potion. But he has a bow for pod. Is this just safety, or is Espeon planning something?
What role does potion color play in glitching?
Yuzahara's bottle adventure, not in logic. I don't think Espeon would tell krelbel to do a bitsless mist, though. It's probably just a safety thing.
Yeah, that's a bombos over there. And looks like Renderer has discovered his bow in desert. So once again, our two runners are catching up to each other as far as synchronization is concerned.
They're just doubling back, doing each other's checks. krelbel is doing Professor Renderer's Dark World loop, and Renderer is doing krelbel's earlier Light World loop.
It's tough to tell whether or not Renderer has done Thieves Town yet or not, considering the circumstances.
If I had to guess, I think he saved and quit in Mire. Now, this is a neat little shortcut here.
We don't
Avoids
need no
having to do a couple of extra screen transitions. Oh goodness, no. We had just finished our Dark World loop and are greeted by a shovel.
Oof.
Normally we need hammer. Well, never mind. We do have the hammer. So we are going to get a pod play from krelbel. Contrary to popular belief, you do not need fire to finish this dungeon. It's just highly preferred that you do.
Yeah, those basement dark rooms can be a little rough, but certainly doable.
The good news is that we have bombos, so we can always do the hammer and bombos and pray.
Absolutely, and half magic, so we got plenty of shots.
I would not be surprised to see bombos used in the basement. With no mirror, though, routing pod can be such a pain.
Oh, for a second there, I thought he was going to potion glitch his way through these, but he's got the bow, so why would he do that?
Which just further confirms that yes, he did buy that red potion for safety.
Already got the item from up there, but hey, a little bit more safety. That might be useful for Ganon later.
Oh no, get that ice rod out of here.
Bah, you don't need that here.
We do not want to see ice rod with a pendant TR.
Oh, big key in the dark maze. Or, no, this is, I'm sorry. This is the basement.
This is indeed the basement.
Oh, we get to see a hammer yump.
Double pixel perfect trick. Essential in key sanity, but it has its uses in normal dungeon dungeon items. Like for example, doing this without a mirror.
Looks like that ice rod is the only thing of consequence that we found in pod so far. Oops. Ah well.
So, in Overworld Glitches, well, typically when you die in a Dark World dungeon with in a no glitches seed, what'll happen is that, well, nothing will happen at all. In the vanilla game, there is a bug where if you die in a Dark World dungeon while Adenum is alive, the game will think you're in Light World when you leave the dungeon. And in Overworld Glitches, this is not fixed. So when he's done here in Pod, he's going to be in fake Dark World. So as soon as he does a transition in the Overworld, the game will put him in Light World. It's possible he may have done this on purpose to set up a pseudo mirror for Eastern Palace after he's done here.
Because then all you have to do is transition off like the bottom on either side and come back and poof, he's in the eastern area.
That is exactly what I think they're planning. But more likely, they'll probably just save and quit when they're done. Meanwhile, while krelbel is doing the turtle room completely in the dark, Renner is dipping eastern with the intent to full clear.
Yeah, and he certainly could with that bow. Should be interesting to see if when we're able to tell what he comes up with.
But I think the big question right now is, what's our next piece of progression? Where's our fire source?
In Ice Palace, isn't it always?
Well, the good news about Ice Palace is that we can't logically get in right now. So that is currently off the table. Honestly, in this seed, we do not want to see a glove at all.
Alright, that's one dead Hummelsaur.
Is krelbel really doing that fake Dark World play?
Looks like it.
Yeah, he's absolutely doing it. So, because he died in a Dark World dungeon with Adenum alive, the game now thinks he's in the Light World. So what he's going to do here is an Eastern Palace clip and go directly to Eastern, using his Death in the Dark World dungeon as a pseudo mirror. It's a very creative use of Fate Dark World.
Definitely.
I believe it's safe to say that Renderer has killed the Armos Knights.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And with how messed up his graphics are, it looks like he had done a Zora Deathbound Descent followed by a Splash Delete. Unless he found the flippers. But the 2 exploding bombs suggest he Splash Deleted.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I noticed an off-color guard as well on Renderer's side. I don't know if that means that he fluted in there or if it was just a freeze frame on a swipe. I'm kind of inclined to say the second one because there's only the one instead of all of them. That is one of my favorite game go weird things is the off-color guards if you flute to Link's house.
Krelbel having a little trouble with this dark room. He's just going to say forget it and bombos.
Fire is the best solution to most problems. There's that red potion.
When in doubt, use fire.
And he emerges victorious. Yay!
Comment in chat, what's with Sahad giving lampless seats lately? To which I say, well, we may have ourselves a gloveless and fire rodless seed today.
Alright, so we're up to 4 crystals for Krelbel. More than half on his way. Only thing standing in our way of more is fire.
We definitely need fire at some point, because we do have to climb Ganon's tower. But in this seed, a lamp would suffice. Intrigued by what Krelbel's next play is, and yeah, we are going to get a GT clip. So under normal circumstances, we try to put off going to Ganon's tower until we can get to Ice Armos, but the seeds being a little stingy, we may have to go in earlier than expected. even though the goal is 7-7, we can get in basically whenever we want. But this is one of these dungeons that's dramatically changed by Overworld Glitches because we actually care about key logic in GT now.
Looks like we're getting them all up front.
So this Stalfos room here, out of logic, but it gets its silvers.
Silvers are good.
A fake flute, and a mushroom. Well, it's really a bottle with a blue potion in it, but in Overworld Glitches, we use them as fake flutes.
I have heard the phrase melted flute.
That's a good one. I need to steal that.
Borrow a little bit from Zooter, cream of potato soup.
He's
thought
gonna
that was
keep on
too close.
going.
I thought that bomb was too close for a second, because that would set off both the switches. But nope, he's good. What a place for the mirror.
So that mirror is hookshot locked. Which is good because it means hookshotless swamp is off the table. There's our ether, in case we medallion locked ourselves out of Turtle Rock.
And that also means that the hookshot cannot be on either of the tablets, if the book was also behind the hookshot.
Question in chat, is that bit key in logic? Yes, it actually is. But the climb itself still isn't in logic because we have no fire.
And the big key doesn't get us much. Aside from upstairs access, of course.
Considering we had 3 keys from the get-go and a logically accessible bit key in the map room, it's screaming that there's something on the climb.
You think he's gonna go for it while he's in here?
He can't. There's no fire.
Ah, right.
He has no way past the torches. And no question, he's going to go ahead and do Pyramid Fairy here. So it starts out by doing a screen wrap here, as if he was going to do Hera Clip, except instead of fixing the camera, he's going to drop his portal in a specific spot by placing it right there. Now the game thinks we just dropped our portal at the Pyramid Fairy entrance, but we can't exactly die to boulders right now, so we need to fix our camera. Easily doable by paying the old man a visit. Now, normally we would either flute there or take an intentional death, but we're too tanky right now, so we're just gonna do a Graveyard Ledge clip and Houlihan to get to Link's house quickly, and we'll run to our portal, which is at Hyrule Castle.
This is a fascinating set of positions.
And with
That's
the mirror
wild.
portal placed where he was, he's now in Pyramid Fairy without the big red bomb. While it is out of logic right now, the big advantage of doing this right now is that we can easily mirror and route this in with the Uncle and Escape checks. And that is exactly what we're going to get. We didn't quite make it to an hour, but our Uncle checks are nothing new in this.
That was a wild series of clips and mirroring and stuff. That was fun to watch.
With the key in Sanctuary, the front of Escape is in logic. It's at this chest here. This is always available in logic. It's also a very good thing we had that mirror, because on 13 Hearts Red Mail, it would take forever to die.
It
Because
would.
we typically Death Warp to do Dark Cross.
Especially in Hyrule Castle when things don't do as much damage as in other places.
And we just get even tankier.
This little Moogle grows stronger and stronger. And I just want to take a minute to give a shout out to our runners and their mentors. Go ahead and give all these fine folks a follow. We've got Renderer being mentored by Cheamo, and krelbel being mentored by Espeon. And of course, with our here on the microphone, we got myself. That's Lance. I am Lance the Ugly Androgyne on Twitch. And we got Orange Koopo as my lovely co-com here. And we've got GynxyGirl on tracking. And our Restreamer is brought to us by Cinaeth. So make sure you give everybody a follow and some love for all their hard work.
No reason not to go all the way with krelbel here. Renderer did find a glove somewhere. So this is, well, the back of Escape should be in logic, depending on where Renderer found those gloves. There's our hook shot.
Tricksy little bugger.
Either glove locked or lamp locked. Well, fire source locked. Probably glove locked in this case.
That's kind of an open question where Renderer's been that krelbel hasn't.
My guess is dig spot. Okay, so what krelbel's doing here is a really simple spin speed clip to trigger a fake flipper on a transition to get to hammer pegs. And this is fully in logic, doing hammer pegs without the mitts. The downside is that without a mirror, he'd be trapped here, so this is kind of a one-way trip. He'll have to mirror and go somewhere else when he's done.
There's our fire.
So now I'm thinking GT climb. If I'm these runners.
I believe we are just flippers shy of go mode.
We're looking for flippers and the Cinaeth Samaria.
Right.
We need to do swamp. We need to do mire.
Easy, forget about that cane requirement in mire. It's just need, and also for the climb.
The other bad thing was that our fire source was a fire rod and not the lamp, because that opens up the possibility of having to kill Cinaeths for flippers. But until we get the cane, we don't have to worry about that yet.
Is it also possible that the cane is in the accessible bits of Turtle Rock, or is
It
Turtle Rock completely...
It absolutely can be.
I see.
But it looks like krelbel is going to go do Hookshot Cave first, and there is a chance we might see a middle TR dip. But unfortunately, doesn't quite get the clip onto Hookshot, the Dart Floating Island, and will have to save and quit. It's just dashing down.
Yeah, when you hook up the clip, just save and quit out before you ruin everything.
Soft locks are pretty common in this mode, but the real danger is when you attempt tricks that have the risk of hard locking. But it's not a big deal if you soft lock, because you could just save and quit. krelbel's gonna go ahead and try this again. I've never seen that happen before, but that's just going to have to be another save and quit.
Was poised very nicely on top of that rock for a second, though.
It was a perfect landing.
Definitely. It's almost like getting in the soft lock circle there on Light World Death Mountain.
It's the circle of soft lock. But I think after we get a Hookshot Cave check, I think we are going to see a Turtle Rock and Mimic Cave dip. With the dash, he's able to clip down and get onto the floating island, and now he's in Hookshot Cave for a second time with no glove. There's our glove. Question in chat, glove lock glove? No. Getting into Hookshot Cave without a glove isn't logic. If you're gonna do Mimic Cave, then I can't imagine you don't dip Turtle Rock. I think we are going to get a Turtle Rock play here.
Yeah, here we are. Do what we can with what we got. Surprise sellies. The true boss of Turtle Rock are the chain chomps. They are here to chew you up and spit you out.
And unfortunately, Krelbel has Medallion locked himself out of the dungeon. He'll need the cane to go any further. Attempts a Witch DMD, but unfortunately has to take the save and quit here. Well, what was supposed to happen was that he was supposed to funny auto walk over to the witch, but he didn't really press up when transitioning, and unfortunately got stuck in the cliff to negating the auto walk.
Alright, got a dig spot coming. There's our other glove, so that's probably the one that Renderer got.
Yep. And what that does is that it puts the Smith chain into logic. There's methods to get around doing the Smiths without the mitts, but none of them are in logic. Just a little cleanup here from Krelbel. Go rep checkerboard, Bombo's tablet. Curious what his next move is.
Just a big fat blue.
Question in chat with his loadout pendant IP is in logic now too. Oh dear. It is. It absolutely is.
Well, heck.
But I think I much prefer what Krebel's doing right now.
Yeah, looks like he's going for Meyer.
After a quick land mollusk kill.
Quick little bit of extermination of some worms. Got Renderer scooping up another crystal over here on his side of the screen.
So while Krebel is finishing up land mollusk, let's go over what we have left. We have the Smith chain. We have Pendant Ice. Doing the GT climb. What else have we not seen? I don't think either runner has done King's Tomb. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that might be it. We haven't seen Spike Cave, I don't think.
No, I don't believe so either. Yeah, outside of the dungeons we obviously haven't seen yet, I think that is it.
We're gonna get a Meyer dip.
And then we blow up the rainstorm.
That's a good way to describe it. And I think we know from Renderer's side that there's not going to be anything in here.
Yeah, I think he's still looking for his hook shot because I think he bonked to that first chest.
So I guess the question to ask both runners at this point is, if I'm Krebel, when do I go back into Ganon's tower and do the climb? Do I continue to hold out for Samaria, or do I just go finish it right now? If I'm Renderer, I'm thinking, when do I go do Back of Escape?
Oh, he's leaving the big key chest behind in Krelbel, on Krelbel's side. Or if he's going to grab this, maybe he's grabbing this one first, then going back for that.
We try our best to skip the big key chest. I know there are some people who will gamble not having to do it.
Yeah, maybe he's doing all the other checks first before he goes up there.
I'm not sure if he would commit to doing a save and quit before cutscene chest. I'd imagine he doubles back for it. Yeah, he's doing it.
Fair enough. You don't want to go all the way up there and just find a map. Blocks don't exist while they're moving.
And it's such a nice glitch for there to be in the game. Dramatically cuts down on the amount of blocks we have to push for the Meyer cutscene chest.
Well, that's all we got in Meyer.
Starting in the mountain cave, this may be that GT climb. King's Tomb.
It's a very sparkly entrance.
It's kind of like the Aegenis cave check of Overworld Glitches, because normally you can't get out and have to save and quit, but we have the mitts. Krelbel receiving some instructions from Espeon. It looks like he is trying to arm a water walk here. But he's just going to have to give up and take the long way around.
Would a splash delete get him across that river?
It would. Nothing on a mushroom, though.
I believe you that a bush was there, Krelbel.
You're not supposed to pick up that bush, but luckily you can just get into Spike Cave to get out of that potential soft lock.
Because it gets your arm stuck. Hey, there's
And
our
there's
cane.
the cane. We are flippers from Go mode. So there's no question you go back into GT and you do right side into climb.
Yeah, especially since he's right here already. Watching these glitches, it's like you hold your sword out, you kick up some dust, you do a little dance, you jump off the ledge, and you're where you want to go.
Yep, just pull out my sword, do a little jig, and I'm in Ganon's tower. Really casual.
Casual wall pull. Because game weird.
Do you like doing this the normal way?
Heck no. I do this on hard mode with multi-world without disconnecting first.
Chat is already giving horrible situations for our runners.
Of course they are, because
It's chat.
chat looks a good show. Chat also loves to see number 22 GT big keys.
Not this time.
Nope, it was like what, 7?
Let's see. 2, 1, 4. I think it was 8. This intentional death here is really for healing. Now would be the time to climb Ganon's tower.
Up we go.
We have to do this anyway because we're on a defeat Ganon goal. On the main site, you'll see a Vtorp's favorite, which is a fast Ganon. Here, we do defeat Ganon. So we do need to do this climb.
Wonder if he's gonna duck into the supply room up here after the shooters.
On 5 hearts, I think you have to. Even on red mail, the climb's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, there he goes.
Renderer is fighting Ice Ormos, but the important thing here is that he's only on a single heart and needs to be careful. Even if it is a Silver's fight.
Uh-oh, that black screen bodes ill. Yeah, I think that might have been taking a death there, or he's saving quit out after getting the chests back there. It's hard to say.
Impossible to tell.
More extermination. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Courtesy of Silver Arrows. This is a fairly routine climb for krelbel. But what we're really interested in seeing is what's up here, because we've had access to this since we've gotten a fire source.
Ah, crud, we missed that second item in the...
It was trash.
Ah, okay.
There's our flippers. So at 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 45 seconds, krelbel is in go mode.
What flipper placement? What flipper placement?
When there's 3 small keys and the big key in the map chest, it was highly suspicious. The key logic was screaming, do the climb, do the climb, do the climb, do the climb.
Yeah, so there had to be something up here.
But for the runners, it was like, no fire source, no fire source, no fire source, no fire source. But unfortunately, we did end up needing a glove after all because Arcana Samario was locked behind it. Question in chat, where did the cane end up? It was in Spite Cave.
Another question in chat. If you mean the GT big key, that was on the left side. I believe it was Stalfo's room?
It was in the map chest.
Got you.
But thanks to GTT logic, we had access to that from the get-go. You really could have gotten that cane of Samaria as soon as you got the glove out of Hookshot Cave as well.
Can't say I expected to see hook speed in a boot start Overworld Glitches seed.
It looked like he was trying to take advantage of a Fate Fluid or just dying in Ganon's tower, but instead he's just going to mirror and run the Swamp Palace the normal way.
Also, I'm trying to remember what if anything was found that was good in the back of Escape that Renderer just got himself into.
The hook shot.
Right.
And we need that hook shot because we have to kill an Argus. Technically, we needed it for the climb as well. So this is going to be a fairly routine go mode swamp for krelbel, but I expect him to make a couple of extra checks looking for a Tempered Sword. Gonna get a quick diver down from krelbel here. Nicely done. There's our flute, which we didn't need. If you get it great, then if you get it early, great, activate it. If you get it late, then don't be surprised if you never see a runner activate it. And
Yeah.
we are definitely not going to activate it this time.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Yeah, because we have ways of getting places that we need the flute for. As we saw krelbel just clip his way up onto that ledge in desert to get to Mire. And also all the other ways we have to get into Mire.
I'd imagine after this, he's just gonna run left and clip in.
Master Sword on this guy isn't ideal, but it's doable. Not my favorite.
And the vanilla game intended for you to do this as your second dungeon while you still have Master.
So I think I know why I never finished this game when I was a kid.
BT on Origins is never a good thing to see, but we're in Go mode, we don't care. It's just going to be a quick run to the west here, followed by a clip into the Mire area, followed by going directly to Biddy because he already dipped Mire looking for items. The key to that clip, though, is that when you land, you need to press right to trigger the transition.
Yeah, the mirror clip into the right side of desert, which is only useful for entrance, is the same way. You gotta move left to go right.
Unfortunately, krelbel forgot he already opened Mire. He forgot he's been here already.
Oof.
We just had to make sure that the first Bombos cast was open and the second Bombos cast was Sesame.
Yeah, there you go. Those storm clouds look like they were coming back, so you just gotta clear them out again. Before that
Clear skies.
Before that face retreats into the swamp again.
Oh, another attempt at a GT clip from Renderer, but he accidentally presses left when he lands, soft locking him.
Oof. Yeah, my basement in the dark is a little tricksy sometimes. But fortunately, you can see where all these anti-fairies are, so it could be worse.
It appears Renderer is attempting to climb, but on his tracker, I do not see a fire source. Unless he grabbed one that we're not aware of, he's going to be very disappointed when he reaches the torch room. What you're seeing on Krebel's end is why the game does not want you to have silvers for this fight.
Yep. Just choose right through him. I mean, you'd scream and blow up too if you got a silver arrow stuck in your eye.
Forget silver being Ganon's one true weakness. It's Vidi's one true weakness. Krebel gets a 7 crystal, and with Ganon's tower already completed, it's just a quick trip to the Dark World and running to the pyramid.
Time to go have a hog roast.
Was unfortunately not able to find a tempered sword, but we got silver, so it's not as bad as it could be.
I know he's got at least one blue potion, so he should be okay. For the extra torch cycles, since he doesn't have a lamp to save on that magic. Renderer in a duel with the Wiz Robes, because he doesn't have the cane.
I did not see a fire rod or a lamp in that pause. Oh no, what are you doing?
There's no chest between here and the torches, so there's nothing else for him to see up here. And I think he just noticed.
I think they just noticed.
Right,
Well-
because the voice in his head. And by that I mean Cheamo, of course.
Pretty typical Master Sword Ganon on Krebel's side.
Yeah, once you get out of phase 2, you're pretty good.
Yeah, it's the torch glitch.
When I was talking about the blue for the extra torch cycles, I guess I had Silverless in my brain for some reason.
That's gonna be it. Down goes Ganon. Get your
There he
GGs in
goes.
chat for Krebel. And with that, krelbel has finished first overall with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 54 seconds, putting him at 2-0.
GG's for krelbel. Well, working on getting him in here to have a little chit chat while we get to see Renderer turn in his mushroom. But we already know this isn't anything important.
Hello.
Hey, krelbel, GG.
Thank you. GG. That was a lot of fun. As always, this format is great. And Espeon led me on I felt like a pretty fortunate route overall.
Yeah, you got, for the most part, you got the right things at the right times. It didn't seem like you spent too much time searching for too much, other than that cane and the fire rod, or fire in general.
Yeah. Fire was really late. That was kind of awkward. Where was the fire rod? I forget.
Hammer pegs.
Oh yeah, hammer pegs.
I feel like we just kind of stumbled upon that by accident.
So,
Yeah.
krelbel, there's something we have to inform you.
Oh.
It may relate to your practice session last night.
Oh.
Professor Render attempted to climb with no fire source.
Oh no!
He got all the way up to that last collapsing bridge room, went looking for fire, and did not find it.
Oh man, I have. Not only have I been there, I have been there less than 24 hours ago. Yep. Oh man.
So what do you
yeah, it's so easy to do that because you're just not used to checking. It's like when do you ever enter GT without fire? But in this format, of course, it's not that uncommon. Yeah, very easy to get tripped up by that.
So how about that flipper
no.
positioning?
I was very, very happy that I didn't need to go back into TR or Ice Palace. 'Cause I think those were both like next on the list after after clearing GT.
Yeah, the flippers look bad at the top of GT, but they are actually not bad because you always have to climb GT at some point, and you don't actually need the crystals to climb GT or fight Aga2 or whatever. So having an item there, as long as it's not hookshot, because hookshot is absolutely terrible, but as long as it's not hookshot, that is perfectly fine because it means that you just go to the GT climb and do it at some point.
Yeah, it's like just another crystal dungeon basically. it's the 8th crystal.
I have to compliment you guys on your clever use of Fate Dark World to do a pseudo mirror for Pod Eastern.
Thank you. That was 100% Espeon's idea, but I liked it as well. It felt good. Not 100% certain how much time it saved, but
a little bit, I think.
Yeah, certainly
on the
fun.
order of like maybe 3 or 4 seconds at a guess.
Oh, we've got a sword on pedestal, according to the credits. That's entertaining.
Oh boy, I wasn't watching.
Did we find any other swords besides the 2 that we both have?
No,
No, Render is still on
Gross.
Master.
Yeah,
Render,
that's
but he's
a
in
little rough.
he's in Ice Palace right now, so we have new checks.
Oh yeah. What's
If
he?
I had to- Yeah, if I had to
still
guess,
hunting
if I had to guess, this is where Lamp is in Ice Palace.
Oh, is he still hunting for the fire rod at Hammerpeg?
Render does not have Fire Rod, Samaria, or Flippers.
Okay. Well, I mean, once he gets fire rod, that will probably send him back to GT, and he'll probably get. So he's probably well on his way. But yeah, so since my previous race, I was playing on a laptop, and it was a nightmare. I had the worst lag ever. Like Espeon was struggling to see my stream, and it was regularly dropping to like 20 FPS. And so since then, I upgraded to a new PC. Nothing crazy, but much faster than an old laptop. And was very happy to play through the whole game at smooth 60 FPS. It's much nicer.
Yeah, it definitely takes the load off your mind. You can worry about what you're doing, not what you're seeing.
Yeah, that was stressful. But yeah, this race, I had a few soft locks that I've never run into before. One of them was well, I know one of the questions that interviewers always like to ask is, do you or what new tricks did your mentor try to teach you in the middle of this race? And in the last race there was nothing. Like Espeon has never tried to teach me something in the middle of a race before. And in this race, like the mushroom spot was like hanging over my head. Like, I could never really find a good time to route it in. But I think it was like my second trip up to Hookshot Cave. That was a good time to attempt the Witch DMD to turn in that mushroom. But I'd never done it before, and Espeon was giving out the right instructions. I was not waiting and listening to them. I was kind of just rushing ahead, and so of course I just immediately soft locked. So that is not the way to learn new tricks in the middle of a race.
Yeah, it's really easy to just press a wrong direction and something bad happens. Like you get soft locked or even worse. So, advice to all mentees, like if you're trying to learn a trick in the middle of a race,
Yep.
Don't press things except the things that your mentor says to press, because there's a good chance that pressing the wrong direction will make it not work.
Yep.
Yeah, do not spill spaghetti all over that controller. It's... Nerves are heck, but
Yeah, and then I think I had two or three. No, I think I had two soft locks on one of my trips to Hookshot Cave. That felt pretty bad. One of them was because I tried just like dashing straight across the Turtle Rock Bridge, which I know that works, but I forgot that like you have to hold right after you jump off, or you'll just get stuck in that wall. So I forgot about that. And the other one was after the like Hookshot Cave clip, you have to dash turn, and I did a turn dash instead, and that's not correct. That was just Butterfingers.
oh, we've got a tempered sword in Ice Palace, so that's all the swords counted for. It was on
that'll-
freezer chest in Ice
Okay.
Palace.
I'm trying to think what else I was. Did Render end up finding the lamp?
Nope.
That's unfortunate. I wonder where it was. So, like, I'm looking at my tracker. The stuff that I didn't check was basically Smith Chain, Ice Palace, Pedestal, and we know a sword's on Pedestal. So, did Render do Smith Chain?
I regret to inform you that Professor Render has forfeited from the race.
Oof.
Oh, but it sounds like he's interested in interviews, so good to hear how that went for him.
Oh, fair enough.
Joining us, we have Professor Render and Cheamo. GG's.
GG's.
GG?
GG, guys.
Oh, that was the less we say about how I performed, the better. Because I honestly I played pretty badly. Just let's be honest. I played really badly. Made some pretty dumb decisions too. Straight up.
So
Yeah,
the...
it's a shame too, because I the worst thing the worst of the bad decisions was me just completely skipping out just skipping out a free crystal that was in Eastern, and that like blows. Not to mention the stream was also pretty bad as well. I don't know why it's doing that.
Oh,
We were wondering what had happened in Eastern.
I completely forgot. It didn't dawn on me until, because I genuinely thought it was like a crystal appended, sorry, at the time, and I was like, well, I got all the items, I'm out.
Mm.
And it just didn't dawn me until like much later. I was like, oh, I skipped on a free crystal. Oh, yeah. And then voice connectivity was also a problem as well. I have no idea why I kept why that happened at all. It was bad.
Yeah, I remember my previous race, like dealing with technical difficulties throughout the race while you're trying to go as fast as possible is definitely adds to the stress. Yeah, I had a nightmare of a time in Eastern on this time. I didn't skip it, or I didn't skip the boss, but what happened? Oh yeah, I got the second like arrow shot to kill the Igor, but I canceled it with a sword beam, and then I lost him, and then I forgot that Bombos doesn't kill Igors, and then I completely lost him and almost died on red mail and I think 12 hearts and had to use a potion.
I will say this though, red mail was super free.
Yeah, this seed had a ton of safety very, very early.
It's just that the items were like wherever. I only came up with with 3 crystal clears and that's it. Could have been 4 if I didn't skip one out.
So the flippers were in the last chest before Moldorm 2 in GT.
Your Canis Samaria was in Spike Cave, and the fire source you were looking for was a fire rod at Hammer Pegs.
Man, those didn't dawn on me, like at all. It never dawned on me, and then because Spike Cave itself is kind of this one-off that you don't ever want to go into, and like if you're like making a really big play, you're like if you're like behind, you would try to go for that. I didn't go for it because I was more focused on, for one thing, I kept messing my glitches, and I not to mention too, I couldn't get my spin speed. I had like a very bad spin speed percentage. It felt like.
Yeah, some days you just have a hard time doing spin speed. It happens to everyone.
Yeah. And
Game just says no.
yeah. Not to mention too, I was trying to. Yeah, in general. Yeah, I played pretty badly. There's no getting around. Like no beating around. There's no like point beating around the bush. Yeah, I played pretty badly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when did we get those items? I think it was when we got the mirror and then like immediately went and did the pyramid checks, and then did hammer peg after that. That's when we got our fire rod, and then I think after the partial dip of Mire, we had what we needed to, like we recently got the fire rod, so we had what we needed to finish GT, and it seemed kind of natural to just pick up Spike Cave on the way to GT, and fortunately that was the rest of Go mode. So that was pretty fortunate. And then we were trying to be clever, and so we took a death warp in GT because I lost a ton of hearts.
Yeah, just to refill health.
And then killed Act 2, and then the plan was to do the screen transition southeast of the pyramid to activate Fake Light World, to just run from there to Swamp Palace, because that was second to last Go mode dungeon, and Fake Light World didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know why that happened. It's supposed to work because there's nothing changing your world state when you come from the top of Ganon's tower. So I am not sure why it didn't put us in Fake Dark World, but that's why we were really confused, just like making weird screen transitions over there, because we expected to get a free mirror. So the reason why we don't just mirror is because if you mirror in Fake Dark World, you go to Real Dark World, which means we'd have to mirror twice. So I figured that would probably be slower than like running over to the right and then back, but I'm actually not sure now that I think about it. Maybe it would have been better to just mirror. In any case, that is maybe weird edge behavior that I think possibly has to be fixed.
Yeah, and I feel, I mean, if I didn't have those issues, like didn't have those problems, I would have, and also maybe just had to I thought about it for a second, and I probably would have had a better time. But it does, the C in general was like, for me, the C felt pretty bad. And not to mention once you revealed those three spots where the fire source, the cane, and the flippers, those are pretty mean spots. Those are pretty bad spots.
Yeah.
The lamp was never found between the both of you.
Oh,
Yeah, we have no idea.
So they're actually.
I thought it was going to be an ice palace, but I think you full cleared ice palace on the stream,
Yeah,
and it wasn't there.
There was a powder there, and there was a powder. There was a burna, and then there was, I believe, something else.
The sword.
Tempered.
Sword, yeah, the tempered, yeah.
In which case, I think maybe it is in Swamp Palace. We got, I think, like half the chunks in Swamp Palace, and
Yeah,
so
I
it
guess-
would maybe be in the other half.
It would have to be either Left Side Swamp or Smith Chain or TR or Saha.
But yeah, nothing is locked by lamp here, so it can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Also, Renderer, the fourth sword was on the pedestal, the credits informed us, so you found all the swords that were easily gettable. Krelbel finished with just Master.
Yeah.
Well, at least,
hadn't
I
done
mean,
Master.
you had silvers right from the you had silvers pretty easily.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
in GT.
Yeah,
because
silvers
silvers
too.
are always in GT.
Yep, except it's been quite a while since I've done Master Sword Ganon, and also like Master Sword Silver's Ganon. The timing on like actually using sword spins in the first part instead of waiting until the silverless timing is just so awkward, and I almost fell at one point, and that was a bit of a mess.
But I guess now that I'm going 1-1, I gotta win out. I gotta at least try to win out if I want to at least stay in it. But other than that, though, I'm still think I'm having a good time. I probably should just lab a couple more of some of OWG seeds, just knock them down. Trying to get them all. Yeah, accustom myself to it, because it's been kind of tough because I've been doing a lot of personal issues. But hopefully things won't be too bad. Thanks to comms, trackers, all that kind of stuff. And I might even just need a bit of a nap after this. Alright, GG's, I'll take it easy.
Alright, take care, Renderer. Look forward to seeing you again soon.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, and I don't have much more to say. I think we about covered it. I'm looking forward to more races in this tourney, and definitely looking forward to tomorrow's community Overworld Glitches race. We'll see if we can. I wonder if we'll break a new entrance record in tomorrow's race.
All right, chat and everyone in here, thank you so much for popping by. It sounds like we're just finishing up on the interviews here. Any last words that you all want to say?
Thanks, big thanks to everyone on comms and tracker and restream, and thanks to Renderer and both mentors. This is great. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. Of course, runners were Renderer and Krelbel. Our mentors were Espeon and Cheamo. I am Lance, aka Lance the Ugly Androgyne, and my co-com has been Orange Koopo. And our tracker was GynxyGirl, and our restream was handled by Cinaeth. So give everyone some love, some follows, and some appreciation. As you get real soon.
Good night, everyone.